Hey everybody, Jeff Esposito here from jeffesposito.com. Welcoming you to this week's edition of Social Media's NFL Picks for the fourth week of the 2012 NFL season. Last week, our picks were not that great. I think the replacement refs might have gotten a few more games than we did. We finished with a 6-10 record, which dropped us down to the 23-25 mark on this young season. We're not doing so good, but hey, neither are the replacement refs, and hopefully the real guys will be back soon. For those of you who are new to this programming, we actually take the data using Lithium Social Media Monitor over a 2-week period for each of the 32 NFL teams, put it into a series of formula, and it pops out a winner for each of the games for the week. We also take on somebody from across the interwebs who is competing for $100 to a charity of their choice if they can pick the best record. This week, my buddy Dave Falkins is picking the game. This Steelers fan is still aching from last week, but he's going to pick some games against us this week, even though his team's sitting on the bye. So in the Thursday night game, social media really let me down. I got to pick against my Ravens and say Cleveland, you guys all think is going to be the winner, while Dave's going to pick his arch rivals, the Ravens. You know, the Ravens, the Patriots, Seattle, and Green Bay all had inflated numbers this week, partially because of the controversy surrounding the end of their games. So it's going to be really interesting to see how that plays out over the next 2 weeks into things. In Carolina, Atlanta, both of us are taking Matt Ryan and the Falcons to continue their winning ways. We're also both going to pick Tom Brady and the Patriots to bounce back from losing on Sunday night. In the Minnesota-Detroit game, we're both picking Detroit, thinking it was a fluke that they mismanaged the play in overtime last weekend. In Kansas City and San Diego, we're split. Social media is picking the Chiefs, while Dave is going with the Superchargers. And now here comes interesting. Seattle and St. Louis, both sides are picking the Seahawks to stay undefeated, with a little asterisk next to it. San Francisco and the Jets. The social side is going for the Jets, while Dave's going to the Niners. In Tennessee and Houston, we're both sticking with Houston. Same thing with Cincinnati and Jacksonville. I don't think Jacksonville's been picked as a winner yet this season by the folks in social media. Miami and Arizona, we're split. Social's taking Miami. Dave's taking Arizona to remain unbeaten. Oakland and Denver, we're both picking Peyton Manning to bounce back. I keep saying it every week, I gotta get better chalk for these things. In New Orleans and Green Bay, we're both sticking with the pack on this one. And can you believe it? It's kind of weird writing this, but Drew Brees might start the season 0-4. In Tampa Bay and Washington, Social's going with RG3 and the Skins, while Dave is going with the Bucks. I'm not sure why he picked them, because they're really awful this year. The Giants and Philly were split. Social's going with the G-Men, while Dave is keeping it across the state of his favorite team, the Steelers, and going with the Eagles. I guess he hasn't seen Mike Vick coughing it up this much this year. And in the Monday night game, we're both going with Dallas over Chicago. So that's this week's picks. Check back next week to see how we're doing. If you think you could pick better, leave it in the comments below. We're happy to see or hear your method of picking the games. So good luck, and get ready for another Thursday night football game with the fake refs.